Welcome back, Cowboys Nation, and if you're tuning in right now, you're about to get an inside look at something truly special happening this offseason. We're diving deep into the training grind of none other than Micah Parsons. Yes, that's right, the relentless, high-motor, game-changing edge rusher who's been making waves ever since he stepped onto the field in the NFL. This offseason isn't just about lifting weights or running drills for Parsons, it's about leadership, unity, preparation, and setting the tone for what's to come in the 2025 season. And he's not doing it alone. Joining him in these intense sessions are Osa Odighizuwa, Denzel Daxon, Ernest Brown, and Luigi, a group of motivated players determined to fine-tune their craft and elevate their game to new heights. They've all been working closely under the direction and supervision of off-season trainer Lance, a name that's quickly becoming synonymous with excellence and discipline. The film speaks for itself, but let's break it down and expand on why this matters not just for Parsons, but for the Dallas Cowboys' entire defense moving forward. When we look at the film, the first thing that stands out is the energy. There's a sense of urgency, a seriousness in their movements, and a sense of purpose. You can feel the hunger. You can sense that something is brewing. Lance, the trainer behind these workouts, doesn't just put together routines for the sake of staying active, he builds regimens that translate directly to on-field performance. You can see Parsons laser-focused, his feet a blur as he navigates drill after drill with effortless speed. His agility is nothing short of elite. He moves like a running back trapped in a linebacker's body, showing off what has made him one of the fastest and most feared defensive players in the entire league. And it's not just about the speed, it's the balance, the control, the ability to change direction while maintaining forward momentum. That's what makes Parsons so special. It's the explosiveness and control operating in perfect harmony. But perhaps even more telling than his performance is his presence. Micah Parsons is taking on the mantle of leadership in a big way this offseason. While everyone knows he's a generational talent, leadership isn't always about being the most talented, it's about being the most consistent, the most vocal, and the most dependable. Parsons is stepping into that role naturally. He's not just training for himself, he's bringing his teammates along. He's holding them accountable. He's creating a culture where everyone pushes each other, where every rep matters, and where every moment of training has purpose. Osa Odighizuwa, a key interior defensive lineman for the Cowboys, is right there with him, grinding, sweating, and working on that short area quickness. The get-off is explosive. Osa's ability to fire off the line, disengage from blockers, and make a move upfield is getting sharper with each workout. That drill, focused on strikes, counter-strikes, and disengagement, is vital for linemen. It teaches you how to keep your chest clean, stay flexible, and get past defensive linemen who want nothing more than to stall your rush. And let's talk about feet. If you've ever played in the trenches, you know footwork is everything. Whether you're on offense or defense, the ability to move quickly and with purpose can make all the difference. It's about striking low, staying balanced, and being able to dip your shoulders while keeping your hips square. That's what we're seeing from Parsons, and it's a masterclass in how to work the fundamentals with maximum intensity. You can see it clearly in the drills. The quick steps, the shoulder dips, the hand usage, the ability to plant and explode upfield. It's all there, and it's all deliberate. Lance isn't just having these guys go through the motions. Each movement serves a purpose. Each rep builds on the last. This isn't a workout, it's preparation for battle. Now, zoom out and consider the bigger picture. What Parsons is doing isn't just physical. It's cultural. It's emotional. It's spiritual. He's influencing those around him not just through words, but through action. And that type of influence is contagious. You can see it spreading to Osa, to Denzel Daxon, to Ernest Brown, and to Luigi. Each of these young men has taken it upon themselves to rise to the challenge to match the standard Parsons is setting. And that standard is high. We're talking about a player who's been a double-digit sack machine every single year since he entered the league. A player who offenses fear. A player who disrupts game plans on a weekly basis. But perhaps most importantly, a player who leads by example. Energy. That's a word that's come up again and again in discussions around leadership. And Parsons exudes it. But more than that, he channels it. He knows how to take that raw energy and convert it into something tangible, something his teammates can feel and draw inspiration from. And that kind of energy has ripple effects. Great energy leads to great preparation. Great preparation leads to great execution. And great execution leads to wins. But it all starts in moments like this off-season workouts with no cameras, no lights, no crowds, just work. Real work. The kind of work that defines champions. Parsons is in a contract year. He knows the stakes. He's got negotiations looming, big numbers being thrown around, and the entire football world watching his every move. But instead of getting caught up in the noise, he's doubled down on what matters most: preparation and leadership. He's sending a message, loud and clear. This isn't just about securing a bag, it's about building a legacy. It's about taking the Cowboys to the next level. It's about letting every single fan, coach, player, and opponent know that he's ready to lead, and he's not doing it halfway. He's going all in. And if you're watching these workouts, you can see that intensity in every step, every strike, every movement. And it's not just Parsons stepping up. Dak Prescott himself pointed out that Osa is becoming one of the more vocal leaders on the team. That's not something that happens by accident. That's the result of a culture shift. A movement. A team coming together and recognizing that leadership doesn't come from titles or experience alone, it comes from action. From consistency. From showing up every day and setting the tone. Osa and Parsons are becoming the pillars of that defensive identity. Two warriors sharpening each other's blades and inspiring those around them to bring their best. And when you watch these off-season sessions, you're seeing the seeds of greatness being planted. Denzel Daxon is another name to keep an eye on. This young man is putting in serious work. You can see his drive, his commitment, and his focus. Ernest Brown, too, is showing flashes of what he can become. And Luigi, who may not be a household name yet, is grinding like his life depends on it. This group isn't just working out, they're building chemistry, bonding, and setting the foundation for something bigger. They're aligning their goals, syncing their mindsets, and pushing each other beyond their limits. And it all flows from the leadership of Parsons, the guidance of Lance, and the shared belief that this off-season work is going to translate into regular season dominance. It's important to recognize that this kind of camaraderie and preparation doesn't just benefit the defense, it uplifts the entire organization. When your defensive leaders are out here grinding in the off-season, it sends a message to the offense. It challenges them. It inspires them. It makes everyone better. Iron sharpens iron, and right now, the Cowboys' iron is getting sharper by the day. And let's give credit where credit is due. Lance has been a phenomenal presence throughout these sessions. His ability to structure meaningful drills, capture footage, and provide feedback is invaluable. He's not just a trainer, he's a mentor, a motivator, and a trusted voice that these players respect. His Instagram, Lance717, has become a go-to source for behind-the-scenes glimpses into the work being done, and it's clear he's earning the trust of these elite athletes. So, what does all this mean for the upcoming season? It means we're going to see a faster, sharper, and more unified Cowboys defense. It means the standard is being raised. It means that players like Parsons and Osa aren't just preparing their bodies, they're preparing their minds. They're preparing to lead. They're preparing to dominate. And they're bringing others along for the ride. That's what leadership looks like. That's what greatness demands. And if you're a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, you should be excited because this group is hungry. They're focused. They're dialed in. And they're coming for everything. So whether you're watching from the stands, catching highlights online, or just staying tuned into the off-season chatter, remember this: the work you don't see is the work that makes the difference. And right now, Micah Parsons and his crew are doing the kind of work that wins championships. From the speed drills to the hand strikes, from the leadership moments to the off-camera conversations, it's all part of the journey. And that journey is just beginning. And with that, Cowboys Nation, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the grind of Micah Parsons and the incredible work being put in this offseason, be sure to hit that like button, share this content with your fellow fans, and don't forget to follow Lance on Instagram at Lance717 for more exclusive training footage. This is how dynasties are built. One rep at a time. One leader at a time. You've been watching the beginning of something special. Thanks for sticking with us through it all. We appreciate your time, your passion, and your loyalty. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys!